làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary,
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary,
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Maiyegun diary,
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary,
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary,
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary,
Bó o bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary,
Ó sì tún ṣe wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary,
Maiyegun diary politico.
Maiyegun diary,
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary,
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary,
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Lórí Facebook,
Maiyegun ti dé,
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Lórí YouTube,
Maiyegun ti dé,
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun mami,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun mami,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun mami,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Kí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Maiyegun mami,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé,
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun mami,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
It's been a while, isn't it? Yeah. If you read the caption of the broadcast tonight, you can make your own contribution accordingly. This is Maiyegun live. And to all of you who have been waiting, thank you very much for your patience. And to those who are going to join us, either now or later, thank you. Read the caption of the broadcast from wherever platform you are watching from, YouTube, Facebook, and every other platform that you must be listening from right now. This is Maiyegun, and I'm just going to do a few catch-up. It's late, so we'll do it chap, just before we go to bed. We need this catch-up. I've not been here for a while, and that is why I'm going to start with the death of this lady, Tolulope. And let me see if that will come up. Then I'm going to go on into the Alooter General Malami, Magoo King. We're going to the NDDC drama. And then we will also stop by to check on the Buharidins and the Buhari didn'ts, just to remind them that even though if they don't like what we do, okay, we are honest, we are sincere, and we are consistent with what we do. And good enough, their leaders, the people they believe are leading them rightly, the same people are every day should be disappointing them. But many of them, they no longer reason like normal people anymore. It will take a lot of, psychological help for so many of them to come back to normal. This is not trying to, denigrate you. It is the truth. Your leaders are thieves. That is what Maiyegun talks about every time. You cannot trust them because they cannot keep asking you to be patriotic. while they themselves are saboteurs towards the progress of the country they claim to love, the one they told you have to love. The moment you speak up, then you become a target, you get killed, possibly. And to the admiration and celebration of the Buhari Titans, the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, they are always angry. You cannot ask them questions. They are always angry. And when you ask them any question, they turn it into a fight. You know why? Because it is not easy to live under oppression and continue to lie to yourself that it is not that bad. There is no way that you can bottle it up. These guys are suffering. Every time we talk about the vices and the consequences of the action of the criminals in power, and you come for us, what you are doing is that you are bottling it up. Very soon, you will explode. The thing will go explode. Inside you will explode. All that coverage you wanted to give to your criminal leaders, hopefully, we'll see how long that will last. But let us go and check on this lady. She was, one sec, let me see if I can get that up. And afterward, then I'm going to go to, one sec. I think that's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to pop it up and then I'll show you later. But before we get to that, let me quickly pick on the Magoo before I come to the full details of what is going on. Have you guys heard that, you see that news that said Magoo gave 4 billion to Oshubade, fake Pastor Ruga? Would you believe it that, as they are calling it fake news, would you believe that news was actually written and posted under a fake name by Garbage Shehu? You know Garbage Shehu, the one that is spitting in, garbage out. Buhari spokesperson, Atiku's former PA, who now became Buhari's essay on media and later turned out to become Garbage Shehu. That news that you have been reading from the interrogation of Magoo, the ones that have been going viral enough. Magoo said this. Magoo said, he gave Falana money. All that news, they were coming from Garbage Shehu and Femi Oponu Adeshina. These are the machinery doing all of that. And let me be honest with you, they know their target and they are going for their target. And their target is right there, living in a dungeon there in Babylon. They're coming for him. But we'll get to that. Magoo is an empty head, a complete and stark illiterate. Someone they tried so much to package to make him look like he was indeed a nobleman. He was a criminal personified, a complete rogue. And it was easier for him to go rogue when he was under an agency, a spy agency. You don't know what that it is not just a DSS that spies on you. EFCC spies on you. They collect details about you from your banks, from everywhere, even without your attention, without any court warrant, secretly collecting data of Nigerians that they turn out to target. They turn them to target people they now targeted, extorted, blackmailed, and extorted, to what led to the removal of Magoo. But the man that removed Magoo, the man that orchestrated the removal of Magoo, Alooter General Malami, your Attorney General, if you like to call him that. This is the Magoo. There are some Oponus. Some, you know what they have done? They know that they have destroyed education in Nigeria, okay? You will see people who will tell you that they are graduates. Number one, when you try to understand how they reason, you will realize that, how did you manage to become a graduate in the first place? It is not their fault. That is what Nigeria is. Nigeria will kill you. And if you don't kill Nigeria, Nigeria will end up killing you. Nigeria destroyed them, destroyed education. Make sure that a substandard education is what they get. And if they get any at all. And that is why a stark illiterate, a complete rogue, a criminal was appointed as a spy chief to look after thieves in Nigeria. But listen to him. You can judge. I am not just saying this.
Trying to institutionalize the fight against corruption, it would seem that it has been at the whims, at the caprices of whoever it is that is at the helm of affairs. Sometimes the president, sometimes it could be the person who is heading the EFCC at a point in time. How do you respond to those who say that we have not quite institutionalized the fight against corruption?
No, I think the fact that we've been able to put this structure in place and it's ready for commissioning today, and it has gone through 3 administrations in the EFCC plus me. It started from Mr. Nouri Badu and Mr. Farida Waziri and Mr. Ibrahim Lamode, and as me, I'm trying to complete it. We have completed it. It shows we are building an institution. The EFCC has gone beyond individuals.
Are you comparing?
And I assure you, I'm telling you, we are doing our work without any manner of interference.
Mr. Magoo,
yes.
Are you comparing the building, the physical structure, with the actual fight against corruption?
No, the physical structure create a better environment. The physical structure will create a better environment it's better you stay in your own structure than occupying rented quarters to run the office. The fact that, please, you need to go and see the edifice.
How does
the fact that you are working?
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but how does a building, for instance, decide who you prosecute? I mean, when you prosecute the person, how you prosecute the person, the manner in which you prosecute the person. I mean,
no, we just need to move forward. You have a better working environment, and this helps to. I mean,
you have had
Did you hear that? We just have to move on. Institutionalizing the fight against corruption, that is using the law, following the law, not some rogue arrangement that put up some rogue criminals in an advantage position to spy on you and even kill you if you fail to give them what they want. That was what the EFCC was under him. We are coming back to that. Let us go to Tolulope Arotile. And listen to this. It is the normal thing to do, not just because she is the first female combatant pilot in Nigeria. Let's leave that on the side. The only honor that Nigeria, if Nigeria has any honor left, I am not talking to those educated morons, okay? I'm not talking to those Buhari. They will never understand, okay? But what I'm about to say, in a working system, if Nigeria is going to honor that lady, if they are going to honor the memory of that lady, they are not going to haphazardly put a news out there that are so conflicting and look so stupid, and it feels like they think everyone is actually so stupid, and they want to turn it to God by telling us to, instead of asking questions, we should be praying to God and praying for her. It won't work. In a working system, according to the Nigeria Air Force in Nigeria, they released a statement, and that statement said this lady was in the base, and a friend who was so excited to see her, and that friend had no normal driving training. The friend, we don't know if the friend is a man or a woman, but the news they said is that a friend who was reversing the car to go because he or she was excited to go and greet Tolulope. And while he or she was reversing the car hit Tolulope, and Tolulope died on the spot. That was first news, and that happened within the base. But before they stuck to that, the first news that came out was she died in a ghastly motor accident. We are not stupid. Their followers might be. Meanwhile, they are not. Their followers are not stupid too. Buharidins and the Buharididins on this matter, they are not stupid, but they choose to be deliberately. It is called selective amnesia. Selective amnesia is that when you deliberately trying to ignore the facts and begin to believe in your own assumption. What if it's something that happened? What if it's the will of Allah? You are just a complete moron if you think that is actually the world runs. They said she had a ghastly motor accident, probably traveling. That's why an accident can be ghastly. If you are traveling at a top speed and a crash happens, that can be deadly and ghastly. If you are standing and someone run the car into you, okay, that is not an accident in a way, but if it's an accident, then you can't say it's the will of God or natural death. It is not natural. This is what we were asking them to say and do. We know they won't. We know that they know the country they are leading. They know the people they are leading. They know the largest percentage of morons they are leading. They also know the largest percentage of those who have the psychologically destroyed. They can't ask questions. To them, why should we? Why do we have to? She's dead. Let us just see it as a will of Allah. You are covering something up. It doesn't make any sense. She is a fighter pilot. She is a combatant pilot. She is instrumental to whatever success Nigeria is planning to have against Boko Haram. Okay? She is an asset to Nigeria. Then Nigerians deserve to know how she died. They have killed many people before how this story, they are going to bury it. We know. But for posterity's sake, they will say, we speak up when that happened, as we always do on numerous arbitrariness and criminality of those you call your leaders in Nigeria. It is very simple. By now, if it was in the UK, right, the identity of that friend, that excited friend, happy friend to see Tolulope, Arotile, right, that excited friend by now is already committed murder. And if they want to even cover him or her up, they will charge him for manslaughter. That is to say, when you bring him out, you can tell the world what happened to that lady. Her dad said he spoke to her at 1 p.m. that day. By 5 p.m., she was dead. And they told him she was already in the morgue, in the mortuary. There are so many soldiers who are dead now. There are so many soldiers who have actually crossed the border, ran away from Nigeria because they are fighting Boko Haram. There are so many dead soldiers right now that their families still believe they are fighting, they are working for Nigeria. Where Nigeria army is keeping the record away from their family. Tolulope got killed. And they cook up a story that says it was an accident. If it was an accident, a murder has taken place. And whoever committed that, you don't say is the will of God. That is why you are where you are. That is why criminals will steal from you. And another criminal will say is going after the money. Then when they get the money, steal it again. And to you who support them and defend them, it doesn't matter. Is it the first person? What we are asking for is the truth about what happened to that lady between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. on that fateful day. Which accident happened and where? Who was the driver? Where was she standing? Give the picture. Don't tell us that someone ran reversing a car to kill you. Let me tell you, if someone is to reverse a car to kill you, number one, it is either you are standing against something and they ram at a top speed of maybe about 100 kilometers per hour. That is when the speed is about 100 and they reverse and they run into you, into a wall and crush you into that wall. There is possibility that you won't die, by the way, but you will be paralyzed if you don't die. But yes, you can get killed right there on the spot. Oyibo will, by now, if to say Nigeria has good media, by now they will be digging out what happened. They will be digging out the truth about what happened to that lady. They would have recreated the lie that the Nigeria Air Force told the world. By now, media would have recreated it and it would have made no sense. And the whole world would have seen that story didn't gel. The sister to that lady came out yesterday and said, we want the death of my sister to be investigated. But one Muniru Allahu Akbar from Zaria, and one Suleiman Mufudini from Borono is telling us to keep quiet. It's the will of God, because nobody today that they kill his own family, they kill his own neighbor, they come around and kill them like a piece of a chicken, or like an animal without any identity. He knows that's how they kill them. So when they kill this one, it's a natural cause, because to an average Buhari didn't. When a terrorist shoots you or slit your throat, is to the will of Allah. Even though he will tell you, the person that is cutting your throat, that is shouting Allahu Akbar, that is shouting Alhamdulillah and the rest of that, that is shouting all of that in the name of Allah, while he's doing that, he will not come out to condemn him. But the moment you begin to say, look at this guy, this one is an Islamic terrorist, they will say, why do you hate Islam? Are you saying the terrorist is Islam? But when they kill you, they will keep quiet. When you complain, they will tell you how to complain. That's who they are. So to kill you in Nigeria of today has become so cheap for an Almajiri from the core north to tell a family that trained their daughter from primary school to secondary school, trained her to the university level. She's a master, she's a degree holder before she finally joined the flight cadet and became the first female combatant pilot in Nigeria. Her parents spent money. She wasn't an Almajiri child. She wasn't thrown away into an early marriage. She wasn't told that she was a girl child, that any investment on her was a waste. And one Ali Muniru from Kano will come on social media and call the death of Tolulope an accident or a natural cause. And you will think it actually sounds right. This is Tolulope. For those who might have not really seen her speak, I prefer to use this video. This was when she passed out as the best graduating. She's not the only female combatant, by the way, but she became the first and the best until others have also joined her. Nigeria has more combatants. I don't know how many, but they have more than her now. But however, she could have been a combatant pilot for Oduduwa Republic. I have to throw in that sentiment because this is what it is. Nigeria kills the best brain. Nigeria destroyed the best lives. The youth, the young people in Nigeria have been desolated. They have been disoriented. They are so misinformed, miseducated that even the future is so bleak. Right now, it is the job of Nigeria to destroy you. And when you see some brighter stars who manage to come out of that model to become the glorious ones that represent the families and the culture that values education, girl education, invested a lot, only for them to receive the news that their child, their noble daughter, was actually killed by a friend who was reversing a car. And meanwhile, the friend reversing a car, had no driving training, but he was reversing a car anyway to go and kill. To go and greet Tolulope that he now used the car in reverse to kill from where she is standing. Does that make any sense? It will only make sense to Buhari idiots, because if you can believe that Buhari will change $1 to $1, then trust me. And if you believe that Buhari is fighting corruption with the likes of Magoo, Malami, and the rest of them, then you will believe anything. And they know their audience. We are not one of their audience. We are not among them. And that's why I'll let you listen to Tolulope quickly. That is Tolulope. We have received reports of targeted southern soldiers. When we say this, they will say, don't say that, don't say that, you are going to cause problem. There is problem. They told you that whenever people ask or discuss the true federalism in Nigeria, they will say, oh, the North will not agree. And some of them stupidly beat their chest to say, we will not agree to any true federalism in Nigeria. True federalism means Tolulope can choose not to be a pilot for Nigeria, but be a pilot for a region in an independent, country called Oduduwa Republic. She won't have to be forced to represent Nigeria in a way that the stories, and I'm going to play you a video soon to back up what I'm telling you now. Nigeria is telling you that we don't want to start war. Don't divide the country. Don't start war. Don't let innocent people die. Nigeria is not fighting war. But Nigeria has been burying the best brains and the weakest people, the strongest people, our best brain in the army, our best brain in the Air Force, our best brain in the Navy, who have been one way or the other targeted for execution from internally by the people who were supposed to protect them. And that's why we said it. And I'm going to use a video to back this up. People are dying. There is no war. There is no war. You have over 200, or if not more than 200 IDP camps. You have over 2 million Nigerians who are displaced by Boko Haram alone, not those who are already displaced by desertification, as they call it, or what do you call it? The poverty itself that is pushing everybody to the urban center where everything is being stifled up and there is no plan to make them even better for anybody. This is who they are. This is what they are. They have done. And people are being targeted for summary execution. We have heard the story. This one came from Moguno. Moguno is Boko Haram's national security advisor. Moguno is a retired general of Nigerian army. He is advising Boko Haram on how to defeat Boko Haram. But Moguno wrote a memo to warn all the service chiefs, the police IG, and all the security agents in Nigeria, all their heads, to stop taking orders from Abba Kyari before Abba Kyari died. That memo was leaked. Then what happened after? They continued receiving order from Abba Kyari. And Moguno in that memo said, because these people were giving information to Abba Kyari, and Abba Kyari is also giving them order, like he's the president, this has been leading to the loss of lives of our soldiers. This has also been affecting the fight against Boko Haram, which means through Abba Kyari, there were now vested interests protected by the power that be, which in return will continue to lead to the killings of northerners and everyone living in every part of the north affected by terrorism now. It was Moguno, it wasn't me. We received the news at the point when a set of Nigerian soldiers were ambushed. They were killed. They were over 30. All this ambush giving wrong intel to Nigerian soldiers only for Boko Haram to ambush them, attack them, and kill them. We have seen videos of angry soldiers who survived many of these planned attacks. And there were reports that all these killings, all these soldiers, and every other member of Nigerian security force that is currently waging war against Boko Haram are being targeted for elimination. I didn't say it. We have evidence. We have evidence of those who have witnessed this. But it is good for you to listen to this. Probably it will also sort of help us in this conversation. Listen to this.
I've got an anonymous caller from Ilupeju on the line. Hello, sir. Thanks for calling.
Simply just speaking to you this afternoon. I'm an ex-soldier, Sandra.
Oh,
What
good.
is just the Nigerian soldiers,
Yeah.
Sandra.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was in the battalion.
Okay.
And we were fighting Boko Haram, Sandra.
Okay.
We went to war.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a left-handed person.
Okay.
So I'm a sniper. I was one of the best snipers.
Okay.
So I was shooting, no morale, nothing, no pay, no means of communication to my family. My father thought I was dead.
Oh.
I was fighting, I was shooting. One of our soldiers shot me, Sandra, on my ribs.
Oh my
Sandra.
God.
Shot me on my ribs. They said in Hausa, it means that I kill people too much. I was fighting, Sandra. They shot a woman and her daughter. I was trying to save her second child, Sandra. I was running. They shot me, Sandra. I was barely breathing. It takes the grace of God for me to survive.
No, I'm sorry. They shot you on purpose?
They shot me on purpose. They say I too they kill people. They said in Hausa,
I don't understand what that means. You too they kill people. What does that mean?
It means I kill Boko Haram too much, Sandra, because I was one of the best snipers, Sandra. I don't miss my shots. I'm a left-handed. I don't miss my shots. That's what they said. No morale, nothing. No pay. Sometimes. No pay, Sandra. We'll just fight. They need to investigate them, Sandra.
Did you retire did you retire?
Sandra, I resigned.
Okay.
I wrote a letter and I resigned. I don't want to do the job again. I don't want to serve the land again. I don't want. It's really, really pathetic, Sandra, in that army. There's a lot of fraud things happening in the army, Sandra. I don't know. Seriously. They need to investigate the Nigerian army, Sandra. A lot of things. You see, when people are fighting, they're killing Boko Haram, Sandra, somebody from nowhere will just shoot and just kill the best shooter there. Just for him to die, because maybe they are gaining from there economically.
I didn't say that. So you heard him clearly. And this is also similar to what I have been saying. People may choose not to take it serious. It is their choice until they become victims too. The consequences of that is that the people saddled with the responsibility of protecting you, even you as a northerner, you are meant to be protected by Nigeria, by all means, with all resources at the disposal of the country. But they are not protecting you if you are smart enough. It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense that they can tell you where the Boko Harams are, but they can spend trillions of naira, but they cannot invest in any satellite image that will give specific location of these criminals and go for them within a month, a total clamp down and end it. When a Chad was doing the job, you remember what happened? Buratai the butcher hurriedly flew to Borno to go and tell Chad to stop. They cannot continue to fight Boko Haram on the soil of Nigeria. So Chad left. Instead of Nigeria army under Buratai's command to finish the job, they didn't. Buratai began sharing images of himself, sharing rice, food to the soldiers to show the world that the soldiers are enjoying. They are winning the war. That was the voice of a soldier. Let that stay with you. For those of you who don't know what corruption is doing to you, you will find out later. But at least, I hope this won't be too much or too blurry for you. Malami, Alooter General Malami, and Magoo Luther King, the criminals who are currently using the law to fight themselves to the admiration of the Buharidins and the Buharidiberes, the Buharidinotus and the Buharidigatus, the Buharishukus, the Unnekaharis, the Ungoziaris, the Unnamdiaris, and then we also have the sophisticated morons, the obedient fools, and the humbled slaves who enjoy this dramatis personnel, criminals dancing shamelessly before you. They were supposed to be representing the lifeless Boko Haram, the one that came to end corruption. They ended up being the most corrupt. Look at the children of the minister of... Very lovely guys, because they have fathers who have access to your free money. And that is what they are doing, enjoying it. Why the rest of you continue to use your free mode to defend them on social media. But it won't stop us from saying it. Malami, a rogue, a thief, who is now using the law to deal with his own other thief, his own shame, and then his own episode is coming. But the bottom line is, so you now know that APC is not a party that came to fight any corruption. APC is not a party that came to fight any terrorism. They are not here to end poverty. They are in fact here to contribute to your misery, and they are doing it wonderfully well. Magoo, who cannot account for all the looted fund, recovered fund, is fighting back. It was just all a drama. There's nothing that's going to happen to Magoo. Well, you know, that is why when you see a Buhari Din or Buhari Didiri asking you to bring evidence, can you bring evidence? Can you prove this in court? Just tell the idiot to shut up. We are not talking to fools. We are talking to people who have brains. So just let them know that, listen, keep the record, so that when idiots come to you and say Buhari is fighting corruption, corruption is fighting back, just tell the idiot to go and read the book of Bukhari, and go to chapter Alooter General Malami, and then you can begin to read down. You will see a lot of verses there. But if you want to know more, just read about Magoo Luther King verse. Then you realize that you are just a stupid person to believe that these criminals actually came to fight for you. In 5 years, they have sold 206 billion naira worth of crude oil. You know, they keep telling you there's no money. PDP stole all the money. And then, that will be for another day. For those of you PDP thugs on my page, you are more dangerous than Buhari Didirins, because some of you are professional criminals too. PDP, criminals on this page. Some of you are professional criminals. You know how to hack pages. You know how to you know how to shut down pages. You know all of those things when you are defending your own criminals who are currently languishing, waiting to take over from the terrorists that you have told us are worse than your own thieves. You prefer them and the rest, but it will be another day for all of you. Let's finish with the criminals who are fighting corruption. For 5 years, they have sold crude oil worth of $206 billion. I'm not good in mathematics. You can add it up by yourself. And the 3 tiers of government in Nigeria, federal government took about 52% of the money. State government took about 20% of the money. Local government took about 20-something% of the money. Even though the one that goes to local government also goes to the purse of those criminal governors who are PDP, APC, APGA, and the rest of those thieves who have managed to succeed in this, in deceiving you to wherever they claim to be now under that one Nigeria. They sold, they generated revenue yearly alone. Lagos State is generating over 398 billion naira every year. Lagos State is the highest, debtor after federal government of Nigeria. Today, the Nigeria debt jumped from 29 billion or 27 billion rather to today's $82 billion. With the newly approved loan for the Bukhari, they are going to take the loan of Nigeria to over $100 billion. And listen, this is the tricky part of it. They have also been declaring humongous return from tax, from custom, from returned loot, which they have finally relooted anyway. So now, all the trillions they generated from tax, all the trillions they generated from custom, all the trillions they generated from IRS in 5 years, that didn't stop us. And all the oil they sold and every other thing they sold during the period, that all of that did not save us from poverty. Rather, we borrowed more. We sold $206 billion worth of oil in 5 years. The poverty increased exponentially from the averagely poor country back then when Goodluck Jonathan said he rebased your economy to $500 billion worth of economy. That was the economy handed over to Bukwari in 2015. And within 5 years, with so much money raised from crude oil, with so much money raised from all those other places, they still borrowed over $60 billion in 5 years. We don't know how much money they recovered from looters. We don't know how much money they generated in true essence of it. The states were generating revenue as well. They were just going on a bazaar. You know what I mean? That is why they are so busy buying themselves cars, renovating their own houses with billions, allocating a lot of money to themselves because the money keeps coming in. The responsibility has been shifted to all of you. Many of you have turned to your own local government. You build your own house. You buy your own land. You pay for the CFO of your own land. You build your own house. You get your own house for security because you know the state cannot protect you. You provide your own electricity because you have to buy a generator to get power. You provided your own water by digging your own borehole. Your children, even though you pay tax, some of you are rich and you say, I pay my tax. I see my tax working. Your children go to private school because you know that your tax alone will not be able to provide a good and better education for your children. This is what they have built for you. You cannot even enjoy your tax on healthcare. They cannot tell you what they use the tax for on healthcare, the tax for on good road, the tax for on good education, at least for your children. You are ready to pay. You are just looking for the good one. Today, you are your own government. For those of you who pretend to be okay in Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about. You are your own government. And in 5 years, instead of lifting people out of poverty, even though they were sharing money to poor people, they said extremely poor people, for 5 years, what happened? They drenched us in more debt. They drenched us in more corruption. More and more money were looted and stolen, mismanaged. More keep going in down the drain. And it is the same people who told you they were coming to end that. Don't forget, if any Mumumadu or Mumu lecturer or Bele lecturer or a Buaridin or even obedient fool, humbled slave, a sophisticated moron, a Buhari idiot in his own element, if he tells you that Buhari is doing his best, then for 5 years, what has his best brought upon you? It brought more poverty, more insecurity, more corruption, more political corruption, more what? Underdevelopment. What can you point at? That is the 5 years. And today, we can tell you where all the money goes. If the money is not being spent in trying to buy a new kidney for Buhari, they will be spending the money in trying to change his, blood every 2 days. If they are not doing that, they will be trying to do researches on a machine that can actually make him last longer and reduce his dialysis as time goes by, and possibly the therapy for dementia for an old man. So if they are not spending all the money on that, then we'll be spending the money either on Aisha and our ADC, who are collecting bribe just to feed their own luxury. Or the Attorney General, who know the law about stealing, who know the law about looting, public trust, are betraying public trust. The man that publicly told us that Magoo has betrayed public trust. Today, he is a billionaire. And I can tell you how he made this money. Trust me, the guy think he's smart. He's cutting deals from all the looted funds that they claim they are returning to Nigeria. He's cutting deals with his own foreign partners and some local partners to give themselves some percentages from all those looted funds that they are returning back. That's where he's making his money in dollars. He's a billionaire now, and he was just a common lawyer, probably a charge and bail lawyer in Kano, right? Struggling to be somebody, but who can at least speak a better English than Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, Abdullahi Gandola. So maybe he was able to speak a better English, and then they are like, oh, from Kebbi State, they don't really have that brilliant, so many brilliant minds who can stand up and, represent them, other than these criminals who they love to own. They love to own their criminals, okay? A northerner will abuse me because of Buhari, even though if he knows that everything I'm talking about is true about the government and themselves, but he will abuse me because Buhari is their own terrorist. Buhari is their own criminal. You must not call him a criminal if you are not a northerner, right? They own their thieves. Same thing with the Easterners, with the Southerners, who are also with the Westerners, the Yorubas, the Igbos, who are still very much championing one Nigeria. The foolish ones who continue to say one Nigeria, one Nigeria. So what am I saying? The truth of the matter is that the thieves have taken over. But I'll jump that for now, and we will continue to throw it on their faces that, go to hell. We know the thieves. But before I go to Rivers State and NDDC, if time permits us, I will mention one or two things there. And how, you see this Magoo thing, this Magoo of a thing, forget it. Don't raise your hope, okay? They just wanted him out. It's out. They know you will not do anything. The same way we shouted, screamed, when Babashir Lawal stole money, the former secretary to the government of the Federation under Bokwari, when he stole money that was meant for the rehabilitation, relocation, and then for the welfare of those IDP people who are victims of Boko Haram terrorists. The former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babashir Lawal, he stole the money meant for their care. He said he was cutting grass with 242 million naira. He was shouted on, exposed, and he was reluctantly sacked. When he was sacked, EFCC didn't go after him. Nothing. Instead, Babashir Lawal was appointed as the chairman campaign committee, presidential campaign committee for Bokwari's re-election in 2019. A thief was given that role instead of him going to jail. Same thing happened to Akpabio. Akpabio, who stole over 150 billion naira as Akwa Ibom state governor. But listen, there are Buharidins in PDP. I call them, I always love to call them the articulators, the articulated morons, those who will tell you about 2015, in 2019, or 2020. But they will not want you to talk about Atiku. They will not want you to talk about Saraki. They will not want you to talk about all those criminals that they currently call their leaders in PDP. But when you go there to tell them, oh yeah, they will shout at you. My friend, leave that one. Let us face Buhari. You and who face Buhari? Who face all of you. So, Akpabio stole money as a PDP governor. He was going through EFCC trial. He decamped to APC, and they forgave him his sin. His corruption case was withdrawn. His properties they seized from him, they returned them back to him. And he was even compensated to become a minister of Niger Delta. And today, after 1 year as minister of Niger Delta, scandal. Listen to this. But before I get to that, I want to have a tea break. And I want to go to Lagos State to let the Lagos Abobakus sing for us. They are suffering now. They are living in their mega slum. They call Lagos mega city. We all know say Lagos no be mega city. If you like, continue to lie to yourself. Power, you no get. Good road, you no get. Security, you no get. Employment, stable employment, that is really employment, not slavery, that will make you a graduate, be riding Okada, a graduate, be climbing on a Kekemarua, a graduate, doing a driver for Dangote, and you will call yourself living in a mega city. You are living in a mega slum. Very soon, you will tell yourself the truth. But I like this music, even though they are suffering it today, but it's something I'm going to use for my tea break. For those of you who are here, can you please bring out your cup and let us let's drain the tears of the Buharidins. I'm going to drink tea. Maybe some of you should drink their tears as they complain. Let's go to Lagos. ọkọ tó fún wa láàyè láti ṣòṣèlú. Ẹ bá wa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọkọ wa. Àwọn màmá nìyẹn o. I won't say anything negative about our women, but they contribute a lot and they suffer a lot. Whenever they do all of that, after doing all of that, for the criminals who are supposed to then turn around and take care of their children as promised, give their children good education, affordable, give them affordable homes, make sure their children, girl children, and all of that, they are protected from molesters. The state care for them. They are singing. Therefore, those who didn't understand the Yoruba, they were singing. They were singing the praises of their husband that allowed them to participate in politics. They were also trying to to sing a slant against PDP because, according to them, the umbrella is tattered in Lagos. And anyone holding umbrella, as if you are a PDP in Lagos, you will be walking drenched in rain. What they didn't say was that they don't have one to cover themselves. They only have brooms. But however, after that dancing, after that merriment, after the money given to them, they are all back to their businesses. They are part of those complaining that Nigeria is hard now. Some of them are watching me. I am not saying anything negative to you, our mothers. I know. Only if you understand and channel that energy to somewhere else, not to the same people that are repeatedly, again and again, backtrack on the promises they make. You dance, you vote, your BBD, your brassiere, all of them, you will use them to pack votes for APC. That was what they were singing there. That is not what they are singing again in Lagos. Let me quickly listen to this lady before we go. We have just 5 minutes to go now. And to be about Akwa Ibom. You heard about the lady that said she was threatened, so she was sexually abused. My brothers and sisters, if you see the kind of worm they are opening in the Senate today about NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission, you will feel sorry if you are still claiming to be a Nigerian. You should feel sorry. But nevertheless, the drama don't twist. They said the woman should be in Abuja. The woman was meant to be in Abuja today to go and give them the lowdown of how Akpabio and his gang have been milking the Niger Delta. Someone that's supposed to go to jail. They gave him a minister. They forgave him what they caught him stealing. Returned them to him. They made him a minister, the same way they did to Timmy Silva, the former governor of Bayelsa State, where the one they seized 178 houses from, and then another billions and all of that. And they have to return them to him the moment he declared, I repent to Saint Bokwari. He is a minister now in charge of petroleum in Nigeria. Amazing. So Akpabio, that should be in jail, was rewarded to become a minister. And he continued the looting. So this woman was supposed to be in Abuja to go and give evidence. But since morning, that was yesterday, right? And today, the police, Nigeria police, we don't know who gave them the order. The police IG said he didn't send them. The commissioner of police said he didn't send them. But now the commissioner of police of Rivers State is asking Wike to return the woman because they want her. They want her. What the hell is going on? It is a banana republic. I'll just let you listen to her. I will tell you more on the Niger Delta looting by Niger Deltans. The people that will tell you, we are fighting for our people. We are fighting for Niger Delta. We are the leaders of Niger Delta. All those madness, Relax. All of you be thief. If you want to fight for Niger Delta now, or you want to fight for Ijoland and the rest of the land in the area, you should stop calling yourselves Nigeria. And when you see anybody fighting to end and break up Nigeria, you shouldn't be an antagonist. You shouldn't become opposition. You shouldn't be a rivalry thing. You are just foolish if you think those criminals who are looting from you and continue to claim to be your leaders, if you think they actually represent you, you are just stupid. And you are not alone. You are in your thousands and millions. But it won't stop us from telling you. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. Listen.
Early this morning, about 4 o'clock, I hear people were around my gate. I made some calls. I tried to reach the governor because he had told me that if I saw any strange movements, I should alert him since he issued the statement. So I tried to reach him. The phones were off. And then, so I called some people. They said they might not be real policemen, so I should stay. They said they came to take me away. I said, for what? Do they have a warrant of arrest? They said no warrant of arrest. So I left it. About 6 o'clock, they broke the gate. And later, Senator Magnus Abe now called me that he had reached the Commissioner of Police, who said he didn't know anything about it. So the CP called me. I sent him my address. He came. They told me the CP was downstairs. The CP wasn't down, but I think he's the Deputy Commissioner of Police. So I opened the door. They wanted to grab me. I now pushed back the door and locked it and went upstairs, got through to my governor. They tried to break the back door. It's a security door, so they kept hitting it for over 1 hour and they couldn't get access. So my governor came, asked them for the warrant of arrest, and why couldn't they invite me to the police, that I would have come instead of going to take a woman like a criminal. So the governor took me in his car, and here I'm refugee in the government house. That's all. I was supposed to be going today to Abuja to make my submission before the House of Representatives, the committee. I'm sure it's about that. Meanwhile, the man that harassed me is at home. The man who stole the money is at home. The man who stole government files is at home. The man who took money is at home. The man who said I should go and take an oath is at home. Early this morning.
You get that? That's just the summary of it. In Nigeria, if you are a criminal, you will get protection. If you are trying to expose criminals, you will become the criminal. And their trolls and their, their children of perdition, they will come after you and say, yes, it must be the truth. It must be. They will not listen to whatever you tell them. They don't want to. They will tell you, hey, it must have been that, because they enjoy the making up of nonsense to justify criminality as long as it affects those slave masters they adore. I will give you more update on this NDDC and so on. Probably this weekend. I'm having this. I'm having a trial presentation on Sunday, so it's going to be so powerful. I'm going to get some guys on. Sega is coming on to Maiyegun's Diary, and we are also going to get a completely new face that is also fuming with anger and also asking us to let enough be enough. Time to call it quits. Time to find that common voice in a way like never before. I'm going to bring these guys on Sunday. You should be on the lookout. So for now, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the evening and have a wonderful night. From here, good night.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran rèé.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.